That's wrong.
Okay.
Alright, we are back. HomeRadioNJ.org, live from the fabulous studios of Shrewsbury Street. And we are ready for our next round of music with Bob.
Hey guys, we got Sean Pernard in the studio, aka otherwise known as Counterfit Cash.
Counterfeit cash?
That's right.
That's illegal.
COUNTERFIT. Counterfeit Cash.
I'm counterfeiting the name too. It's not even spelled right.
Alright.
I hear a train coming, it's rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. And that train keeps rolling all down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. There's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, and they're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming, I know I can't be free, because those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. From this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. And I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you very much.
That sounds like the real thing. That don't sound like no counterfeit. Counterfeit Cash coming at you.
That's right, yeah.
HomeRadioNJ.org. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing great, Bob. How you doing?
Excellent. We finally made this happen.
I know, it's been, how long?
A couple years we've been
Couple
talking
years,
about this.
yeah.
The stars finally aligned.
Yeah.
Very happy to make it so. Thanks to Todd for engineering, Pete for setting everything up, and we're ready to roll. What do you want to do? Some more songs right away, or?
Well, you can, it's your show.
Yeah, let's hear a couple more.
Okay. Hey, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, get a rock and roll, feel it in your bones, put taps on your toes, and get going, get rhythm. When you get the blues, a little shoe shine, boy, he never gets low down. If he's got the dirtiest job in town, bending low at the people's feet on the windy corner of the 30th Street. Well, I asked him while he shined my shoes how to keep from getting the blues. Well, he grinned as I raised his little head. He popped the shoe shine rag on, then he said, get rhythm. Oh, when you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. Oh, when you get the blues, get a rock and roll feeling in your bones, put taps on your toes and all, get going, get rhythm. Oh, when you get the blues. Well, on the side and I listened to the shoe shine boy. I thought I was gonna jump for joy because he slapped down my shoe polish left and right. He took his shoe shine rack and he peeled it tight. He stopped once to wipe the sweat away. I said, you might little want to be a working that way. He said, I like it with a big wide grin. He kept on popping and he'd say it again, get rhythm. Oh, when you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. Oh, when you get the blues, it's a jumping rhythm, makes it feel so fine. It'll shake all your trouble from your worried mind. Get rhythm. Oh, when you get the blues. Thank you.
Let's go, let's do one more, and then we'll ask you some questions about, where you started playing Johnny Cash and when.
All right, no problem. This one I like to play. It's sort of a reflection song. I play it every show. It's one of my favorites. And people ask me, "What's your favorite Cash song to play?" It's kind of hard to say. Like, well, I like this one more than the other. They're all good, but I love playing this song. It's called "Sunday Morning Coming Down." Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head. That didn't hurt. And the beer I drank for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. And then I fumbled in my closet, threw my clothes and found my cleanest dirty shirt. And I washed my face and combed my hair, and I stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. When I smoked my mind the night before with cigarettes and songs, I was thinking. I lit my first and watched a small kid playing with the can that he was kicking. Then I hit it across the street and caught the Sunday smell of someone frying chicken. And Lord, it took me back to something that I lost somewhere, somehow along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, I'm wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. There ain't nothing short of dying. It's half as lonesome as the sound of a sleeping city sidewalk and Sunday morning coming down. In the park I saw a daddy with his laughing little girl that he was swinging. And I stopped beside a Sunday school and I listened to the songs that they were singing. Then I headed down the road, and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. And it echoed through the canyons like the disappearing dreams of yesterday. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, I'm wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something in a Sunday that makes a body feel alone. There ain't nothing short of dying. It's It's half as lonesome as the sound of a sleeping city sidewalk. And Sunday morning coming down. Thank you so much.
A very melancholy song, if ever there was one.
Well, it's
Sunday morning
melancholy
coming down.
outside right now. I mean, look at it.
Yes, I was gonna say the same thing. The man in black, and the skies just turned black. And it's pouring rain out there.
Nice a minute ago.
Yeah, you brought on the tears of heaven there, buddy. So Sean, we're
Yeah.
talking to Sean Paranard, who is also known as Counterfit Cash.
A little of both.
A little of
Yeah.
both. You ever argue with yourself?
All the time. I usually end up winning though,
Yeah, if you start yelling at yourself, that's when it becomes a problem.
especially in public.
That's right. Although nowadays, with people with their earbuds, you don't know if they're yelling at the fire hydrant or yelling at somebody in the phone. You used to know when people were crazy, but now it's the jury's
No,
out.
they still look crazy.
Yeah.
The image is
They
still
do.
there. Yeah.
So Sean, when did you started at a very young age,
I
didn't you,
did.
with music?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that a little bit, and when did Johnny Cash enter the picture too?
Well, Johnny Cash came by accident, believe it or not, and I'll tell you about that in a second. I started playing guitar and singing when I was 8 years old, and I've been doing it ever since. And I got my first electric guitar for Christmas, and just haven't looked back. In first grade, I found out what rock and roll was, and my dad said, "Hey, that's rock and roll," and it was playing Elvis on his car radio. And I said, "Oh, I like this stuff." And so I found out who Aerosmith was and this and that, and at first I liked nothing but 50s music, and then I discovered more 60s, 70s, and 80s stuff, and I said, well, I want to play guitar. So the first time I ever played guitar, it was my first day of second grade, and I forgot all my homework, and there wasn't much, but there was some homework. Even the first day of second grade, I still got homework, and I come home and I left it all there. And Mom says, "You forgot your work?" "Yeah, I forgot it." And she says, "Well, you have to learn something today." And I already had this little, cheap, kid-sized acoustic guitar, so she called Milburn Music, which is no longer there, and got me a guitar lesson that day. Half an hour later, I was there learning my first lesson, and it's all because I forgot my homework. And then I started, learning something else. And my uncle in Ireland, Martin Fahy, he's a big musician over there. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. I was born there and came here when I was little. And Mom still has the accent, And
Bro.
yeah. I don't hear it anymore, but everybody else tells me that they hear it, and I don't hear it. But so I started playing guitar from second grade. I had my first band, around fourth, fifth grade, and then when it came time to really think about what I wanted to do seriously with my life, I thought, when I was about 17 or 18, I'm like, well, I'm going to start getting into some real bands now, some if you want to quote real garage bands, And I had hopes and dreams for it, but it's hard trying to sell original music, and I've written a bunch of it. But I first came across singing Johnny Cash a couple of years into when I was playing. I think I was about 20, and I was playing in a bar down in South Jersey in Belmar, and I come off the stage, and we weren't playing Johnny Cash, but a woman in the audience comes up to me and she says, you sound just like Johnny Cash. And I said, no, I don't. She goes, yeah, you even talk like him a little bit too. Yeah, right. The next night I'm down the street at another bar, and I'm the only idiot there bringing an electric guitar. Everyone else got their acoustics, whining about their girlfriends and their songs. And I said, well, you know what, I think I played Light My Fire, and nobody listened at all. It's like I wasn't even there. So I said, Johnny Cash, huh? I think I know some of his songs. Well, I hear a train coming, it's a rolling around a bend, and everybody turned around, oh my, yeah, and they just started, and I said,
Stop throwing bottles.
and I just said, I have something here. And I came up with the name Counterfit Cash like a year later, and I was at karaoke, and I a few times I sung karaoke. It's good practice, and I did it, And then I didn't go back for a couple of weeks, but when I did come back, somebody came up to me and said, "You're the Johnny Cash guy. You're Counterfit Cash, aren't you?" And like I said it, before I started, like 2 weeks before, and I completely forgot about it. So had it not been for that guy either, I would have never even remembered my own name. And so I said, Counterfit. I might have something here because everyone likes the way I sing it. They say I sound just like him, and they like the name. Obviously, it sticks, and I'm doing it still.
It's definitely a clever name. I love it. And you also treat the Johnny Cash music with a full band treatment sometimes. Don't
Oh,
you?
we do. Yeah, I couldn't bring them here today, but I do have the full band, and I have 3 great, excellent musicians. It's been through a couple of lineup changes. You have to find the right guys for this, and I think I did find the right guys with my current lineup. And as Pete Pantelis on guitar, Jim Verdi on drums, I got George Rodelius on bass, and these guys are, they're top notch.
Got the boom chicka boom chicka.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and we got 3 shows coming up, and one of them is this Friday at a place called Crossroads in Garwood at 10 p.m. We're going to be on there.
All right. Mark your calendar. Come down to Crossroads this Friday. It's right down the street from my house, so I can get there.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
What time's your set?
10:30.
10:30. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You're gonna make it.
Yeah, I'll get out of work at 10, so I can get there right
Oh,
on
that's
time.
perfect timing. Yeah.
And I guess the first time I met you was at the Riverside Inn in Cranford, which is right down the street.
Yes, it was. I played there. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the Crossroads gig. Anybody else on that bill, or is it what's going on that night?
I wasn't really in charge of who else was on the bill that night. I believe that's.
Is it your full band though?
Oh, it's the full band. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we got our
Looking forward
guys
to that.
And,
Well, since we're on the subject of Johnny Cash, why don't you hit us with another number?
you have any requests?
Jeez.
There's so many good ones. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do. Everyone likes when I do "Hurt." That's a good song.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about one of the modern ones that he did? Yeah, Hurt.
Want me to do "Hurt"? Yeah.
Incredible, yeah.
It's still dreary out. Why not?
Yeah, right.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, that old familiar sting. Try to kill it all the way, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you can have it all. Empire of dirt, I will let you down, I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts I cannot repair. Beneath the stains of time, the feeling disappears. You are someone else, I am still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you can have it all. My empire of dirt, 'cause I will let you down, I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Wow. That was a beautiful rendition, and what did you think when, was that Rick Rubin who produced that stuff?
Yes, it
Johnny
was.
Cash, what did you think when he started entering into the contemporary music realm, apart from his own originals, which were classic in their own right?
Well, you know, he took other songs, and when he covered them, he made them classic in his own right. And that's the thing, because when I first heard him play that song, I forgot that it was Nine Inch Nails, and that was. I just kind of, everybody associates that song with him, and so I just kind of felt the same thing.
He did own it when he did it.
Oh yeah, he certainly did.
Especially they talk about the videos being very
Oh
good.
yeah.
Well, I don't want to break away from the music, but I do want to ask you about your film work too.
Yeah.
And why don't you talk about your life and what you've done in film?
Well, I've been in several films now. A year ago, I was in a movie directed by Bradley Crienzo. It was originally called Case of Midnight. Now it's called Vicious Thunder. And I had so much fun on that set, and I really thank Brad for giving me the opportunity, giving me my start in films. And that was fun. I played a cop, believe it or not, and I got to go out like Scarface, blasting a shotgun. That was pretty good. I had a fun time doing that, and I was in a movie recently. Just late last year. It's called American Brawler, and it stars Zach McGowan, and directed by Ken Kushner. And my friend Jersey Jerry is right here in studio with us. He was actually on the movie with me. We spent a couple of days on set, and here he is.
Hey Jersey Jerry, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good.
Like Sean said, it was a pleasure working with him on the set, American Brawler. I actually played about maybe 7 different characters. One was an FBI agent, and that was pretty cool, along with 7 other guys that were playing FBI agents. I think there was 6. But it was
How is it that you play 7 characters in one film?
well, a lot of shots they had to like shoot me from behind, so my face was invisible and everything,
almost
you know,
extra
so nobody
work.
could recognize me.
Okay.
And they're gonna do some editing, of course, and we'll see what happens when the movie's out.
When's it due out?
It should be sometime probably the end of this year or
What name of the
maybe.
film again?
American Brawler.
American Brawler.
Yeah.
And that's and Sean Pernard, you played what role in that?
I had a couple of roles myself, mostly unsavory characters at the bar in one scene. Everybody there was, like the room was smoky. They rented out a nightclub for the evening, and I showed up there, and they said, "Well, you got to smoke cigarettes in the scene." And I said, "Well, I don't smoke cigarettes." So I smoke a pipe. So I brought in my pipe, and that kind of made the smell of the place a little better than the stale cigarette smell. You remember that? You were sitting right next to me when you
I
did
was
that.
smoking myself, and I quit smoking 18 years ago. But you got to do what you got to do, you know. I mean, I could have refused. They would have put somebody else in the part, you know. I said,
wouldn't
no,
want
I got to
that.
do what I got to do. It's not going to kill me one day.
Then I went down to Atlantic City to do another day of filming down there because they were filming some boxing matches. The movie is about Chuck Wepner, the boxer.
The Bayonne Bleeder.
Yeah, exactly. That's him. And
Thin skin, and he would bleed very easily.
he bled even before the fight started. And,
I guess he claims to be the only guy who knocked down Muhammad Ali. Right?
That's right. For a couple of seconds anyway. And
with the controversial foot.
I know. Yeah, but
His foot on Muhammad Ali.
that's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't step away.
But he's still he did do 15 rounds, didn't he?
He did. He went the whole way. I
That's
think.
something
Yeah.
else.
And
I don't think too many people can say that.
Oh, not many. He's one of the handful of people who can
Yeah.
ever say that. And we had to film that scene in Atlantic City, and so I was down there for that. So I played yet another unsavory character, smoking a cigar right by the side of the boxing ring there, and I got shuffled around a few times, changed my shirt a couple times, and we had a great time. It was good.
Now, have you written screenplays yourself?
I do. I'm a screenplay writer, and
Okay.
I've written 7 of them, but 2 of them I'm currently trying to sell. And it's hard. It's hard work I got myself into, but I found out that I can write. When I was in college, I took creative writing course, and I wrote a sequel to Christine, the Stephen King story. And the teacher said, this is pretty good, but it's too long for the class, and they want to adapt that into a screenplay. It might be. So I did. It took me months to finish this thing. it took up 11 files on my old computer. This was, probably 11 years ago now, and then the computer crashed. I lost the whole thing. So instead of giving up, a couple of years go by, I decided to write again. I've always been a fan of Smokey and the Bandit, and so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna write a sequel to Smokey and the Bandit. I'm gonna finish this thing, and because I'm sure other people have tried, but no, I'm gonna write something really good, something that's realistic, like how it would be today with Bandit and about his son and all that. So I wrote the story. It took me a few months to write this thing. It's 30,000 words, and I loved every minute of it. And then I got the chance to. Well, at first I put it away. I wrote it as in book form, and it sat in my living room because I said, well, I have nowhere to go with this. I don't know anybody really to give this to, and my friend Josh said that you know, guess who's signing autographs down in Philadelphia? Burt Reynolds. I said, yeah, so. He goes, yeah, so. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The math,
You mean? Oh, okay. Oh, my book, right? So I grabbed my book and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning after paying an enormous amount of money to get the tickets, and took the day off work. Woke up at 5 a.m., drove down to Philadelphia, parked in this little tiny parking garage, and I had a big truck at the time, and it was like an inch clearance to the roof of my truck, and I just made it up 6 flights of the parking garage. I parked the truck, I get out, I realized I left my tickets at home. So
Yikes.
I said, yeah, I'm here, I'm not gonna turn back and go again. So I got inside the venue, and luckily I paid by credit card, so they reprinted my tickets. I waited in line again, and waited in line again, and then I got in, and then I had to wait in line again just to meet Burt. It's like 2.5 hours of waiting in line, but I got to meet him, the Bandit himself, and he shook my hand. And when I was in line, I had the 3 copies of my script there, and everyone else had Trans Am die-cast cars and posters and stuff. And this guy in front of me looks at me, and I got these 3 books in my hand. He turns and goes, "What do you carry in your hands? What is it?" It's like, "Oh, I wrote a sequel, Smokey and the Bandit." He goes, "Oh my God, no way!" He grabs it out of my hand, and he hoists it up in the air, and in front of must be 300 people behind us, goes, "Hey, everyone, he just wrote a sequel, Smokey and the Bandit. Oh my God!" And I'm kind of shy naturally, so I'm a little, okay. I grabbed the script back, and but I had the front cover out, and Bert's manager saw it. And he heard that too, and he looks up and he waves, "Hey!" So by the time I got in the line, this guy was already, got the gist of what I was trying to do here. So I get up to meet Bert, and so I filmed it on my phone too, and I wanted that thing down on video so I'd remember that. And I met him. He's a super nice guy, and he said, "Well, you can sign it. You just can't take a copy." But he signed it for me and everything, and I gave him the rundown of the story, what it's about, and I said, "So would you be interested in it?" And he goes, "Well, sure, but I haven't read the thing yet, so send it to me." And so I the next day, I packaged it up, FedExed it right out to his people, and then realized, well, this is the book form. They probably want the screenplay version.
Yeah.
So I took the next 6 weeks, and I didn't own a computer then, so I had to go to the Westfield Township Library, and every day after work for about 6 weeks, even on my days off, write 5, 6, 7 hours at a time until I finished the thing, and then mail them another copy of that. And so right now we're trying to gain a little bit of interest on that, and
You have some Facebook pages regarding your film work and your music, right?
Several of
Why don't
them,
you tell
yeah.
us about your Facebook pages?
well, I got Sean Perenard, and I'll spell it for everybody out there. I spell Sean the right way, S-E-A-N. Thank you very much. and the last name is Peronard. And you could friend me on Facebook. And I got Counterfit Cash on Facebook. That's my Johnny Cash.